Hello, welcome to another reading. My name is Rebecca, and this is going to be another pick a card general reading. And like always, I've got 3 groups for you to pick from. This reading is about something in your life that you're holding on to that is no longer serving you, that you feel like is kind of creating a blockage in your path. So we're gonna, look at what that is and what you can do to kind of move past it, and what you can kind of expect from that to happen, and then any other kind of messages that I get. I have done the readings already, so I picked these tarot decks because they felt significant to the readings for you. So, got 3 groups. Group 1 here has this white onyx crystal. If it'll focus, I don't know, probably not. But white onyx here for you with this tarot deck. And then group 2 got the optical calcite here for you. And then this tarot deck. Group 3, I've got this little piece of Lemurian seed quartz. Right there for you. And then this tarot deck right here. So you can go ahead and decide whichever group, with whatever means you use. The times will be in the description, like always. And like always, in my description box there will be a link to my Patreon page. If you're interested in checking that out, I offer exclusive readings over there as well. But yeah, go ahead and pick whichever group you like, and you can skip forward to that. We're going to get started with group number 1. Hello, group 1. You are here if you picked the white onyx crystal, or if you picked based off of the card that I had for you as well. Either one. That is for you, group 1. Put that about right there. Okay, so in this reading we are looking at something that you are holding on to that no longer serves you. Something that maybe you feel like is either like holding you back or like blocking you from being able to really like move forward and just do what you want to do. Something that, you might have come here if you feel like you're stuck, basically. And I'm going to try to see what might be keeping you stuck like that, or making you feel like you're stuck, and see what we can do about letting go of that. So, group 1, what can you tell me about what is no longer serving them they can let go of? We have one more card. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, that's where I should put it. Okay. So, first card I got for you is the Emperor. And then we have the 5 of Wands. We have the Page of Wands. The last card of this deck, we've got Justice. So with just these, I'm kind of feeling like there's a person that you've been having some conflict with. You know, this person that had this match that looks like they started a fire here for you. I think it's a person that I'm trying to figure out how to say it without sounding mean. I think it's a person that should not have, like, bothered you nearly as much as they did. Because I feel like this Emperor card is talking about you. So, like, I think you're very, like, mature and, like, successful and kind of an authority in yourself. And somebody, you know, this Page of Wands person came in and really just lit a fire under you, and not in the, like, motivating way, but in a way that just, I think, is causing you a lot of problems, when I don't feel like they should have the power to really do that. So with the Justice card in here, I'm feeling like you need to do something to kind of balance out the power again between the two of you. And I'm not trying to make this sound like you need to, like, put them in their place or something like that. Like, obviously that's not what I mean, but, like, it would be like, you know, somebody that you don't even know coming by and saying, like, hey, I don't like what your job is, you know, and then you just being, like, completely devastated by that, like, and then, like, you never see that person again. Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? Like, there's no reason that that person should have that much of an effect on you. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but it feels like that kind of power dynamic where it's like you are the Emperor, you have, like, the it's just like this, it's a person that has, like, no bearing on most of your life, or shouldn't, but they're causing a lot of turmoil for you. Let me start getting your next tarot deck going here so I can see what else we get about that. Alright, so for group 1, what are they holding on to? What do they need to let go of? Okay, 2 more. What do they need to let go of? That's getting them back. What's going on with this situation? Okay, so for this deck, first card I got for you is the 8 of Pentacles. And then we have the 7 of Wands. Got the Star. And the Tower. So with that Tower card, we got more images of, like, fire just seeming to, like, be burning down something. The 7 of Wands here, we've got these animals looking like they're having a fight. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a person that it's about a person in your life that is causing you a lot more, like, trouble and, like, anguish and issues more than they should be able to. And, like, the reason that maybe they do hold so much weight on you when they feel like maybe they shouldn't is it could be, like, a family member, you know, some sort of relative, or someone maybe that you have to be close to, like at work or in the schooling if that's something you're in. Just somebody that shouldn't have so much power over you, and yet they seem to currently. This Eight of Pentacles is making me feel like it is probably focused on like either your work or schooling, if that's something, if you're in school. Like, it could still be a relative, but maybe like they have strong opinions about your job or how you make money, or about your schooling, maybe what you're going to school for, or, you know, something like that. And you end up having a lot of fights with this person about it, or a lot of disagreements. And it's somebody that you want approval from for some reason. And again, if it is a relative, that could be why, but it's somebody that you don't need their approval, like you don't need their permission to do what you're doing, but you want it, and it's really important to you for some reason. And the fact that they're not, you know, approving or, you know, making it seem like they support you is just wrecking you. Like, it's causing a blockage for you, and you can't let go of it because you seek that approval so much. Like, that's what I kind of feel like the Star card is about. Because, you know, the Star card's usually like getting a wish granted, fulfillment of like getting everything you wanted. So I think like you just really want them to approve. You really want them to support you and to not be fighting you all the time about it. Like, maybe they just had a completely different idea about what you're going to be doing, you know, with your life or your finances. And they just can't let it go. And then you're just like, could you just, like, say that you're happy that I'm doing what I'm doing? Like, why does it have to be exactly what you said? And they're just like, well, I think you would just be better doing this. Like, it feels like that kind of thing. Like, they're not, like, screaming at you all the time, but it's that kind of, like, the very family feeling kind of statement that I just heard of, you know, like, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Where you're just really like, oh my god, come on, like, because you're successful, you're the emperor, you're doing great. So they have no reason to be, like, worried about you. But it's just this approval that you're seeking from them that, you know, isn't there. And you're letting it pull on you a lot more, I think, than needs to happen. So, let me start looking at oracle cards here. I got a few oracle decks that I've picked for you. We'll see what, like, kind of advice I can get for you, or like any other messages with this, or maybe a little more clarification about it. For group 1, what can you tell me about this whole situation for them? What do they need to know? Okay, so the oracle card I got for you is the first, number 1 of this deck, Avenir. It says, make peace with your past. Yeah, I think that's, just without looking, I'm going to look at the book because this is a newer deck again, but like, make peace with your past. You know, this is a relative, I feel like, very strongly is a relative, or if it's not, it's somebody that you maybe have known most of your life or something. You know, they've been around for a little bit. And maybe, you know, you never got a lot of approval from them in the past, or maybe you did. I feel like it's one or the other with, like, the extreme. It's like they always approved of everything you did. Maybe they were always 100% supportive. They were always behind you. And then now they're like, I don't like that. Why are you doing that? And you're just completely lost about what to do with that. Or they never ever supported you or approved of things, even though you thought you were trying so hard to meet their expectations, and all you want is that from them about anything. And, you know, whatever the story there, you need to make peace with with the past, you know, with it being, you know, this is how it was. Just making peace with the idea of they are who they are. For some reason, they're holding on to these beliefs. And just remember that you are the emperor. You don't need this person's permission or their support or their approval to live your life and be successful and happy. You know, like let that go. Make peace with it and just let yourself move forward. So now I'm going to look at the book, see if it has anything else to say about that. It says, when this card presents, it is time to gain perspective and an understanding of the role your past has played in the direction you are heading today. Are you able to appreciate the beauty of where you have come from and let that guide you into the future? Or are you focused on problems, mistakes, and disappointments and letting them forge your direction? As you strike out in the pursuit of more, Avenor reminds you to contemplate that more will never be meaningful and fulfilling until you truly embrace and unconditionally appreciate where you've come from in all its purifying pain and gentle glory. Avenor is a healing card. It's time to make peace with your past. Yeah, so pretty much that's what I was, you know, kind of getting from that. So, there's that one. We're going to look at some more cards. Because I know this is something that I think a lot of people struggle with their, like, parents, or if it's not parents, you know, just other relatives that maybe you were close with growing up. You just desperately want their approval, you know, because they're your family or they're your parents. Like, you would think that you wouldn't need to worry about that, but sometimes you do. Even if you're an adult, you know, living on your own, you still want your family to appreciate what you do and just say that they're there for you. And if you don't get it, you know, it can cause a lot of upset. So for group 1. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, I was only going to pull you 1, maybe 2 cards from here, but 3 just fell out, so we'll do 3 of them. The first card is Rest and Rejuvenation. So I think that's something that you can really and should really take advantage of sometime soon, group 1. As someone who just took some of that for themselves recently, I can tell you it does a world of good, and it really can really help make things better and more clear, and just maybe help you decide how you're going to go about, you know, dealing with this. The next card I got for you is Caring Connections. So just don't forget that you do have caring connections. I'm sure you have family, friends that care about you, that want you to be happy, that are there supporting you. And if you're so laser focused on this one person that is maybe not offering that to you, you're ignoring all the ones that do. You know, it almost feels like you're saying to them, well, I know you care about me, I know you support me, but I don't care about that as much. I want this person to support me. And, you know, that can kind of put those people down. They're just kind of like, okay, well, great, I'm glad I let you know how I felt. So don't forget about them too. You know, I would try to focus more on those people. You know, with the Justice card, bringing in that balance of, like, don't let this one person and this one thing, you know, pull things apart when they don't need to. And the last card here with this one is Victory. So like I said, you I feel like you either are already very successful or you will be. You know, you're the you're the emperor, I feel like. You have like emperor energy in this, where like I feel like you're doing very well, and that's why you can't imagine why this one person won't support you. But whether they do or not, you will be successful. You just need to make sure that you yourself are not self-sabotaging, you know, your happiness and your success because of someone who should not hold that much power over you in your life anymore, at least. Okay, so okay, another oracle card here. So what message do you have for group 1 about this blockage they have? What can you tell them? What do they need to know right now? I don't know if they caught that on camera or not, but that card just jumped. Okay. So the card I got from this deck is number 19, which was also the rest and rejuvenation card number. Transformation. Transformation. Put that one right there. So I think that has to also do with the Avenir there. To, you know, make peace with your past and let yourself kind of... Okay. So with this card in the book, it says, first thing, suffering is optional. So it says you are experiencing an ending. You are feeling a loss as a hole or a void in your life. This empty feeling is a space for something new and better. A new way will reveal itself very soon. Pain is something that happens to all of us, but suffering is a choice. To suffer is to believe thoughts that are not your soul truth, justifying, analyzing, and rationalizing, will separate you further from your soul's wisdom. From this state, you will blame yourself, another, or an event for feeling angry or sad. Focusing on the suffering will only cement the ideology or belief that created it. In other words, you become what you fight against. Now imagine what you can create by focusing on all the beautiful aspects of your life and what you are good at. Focus on where your life is filled with things that make you smile. Change starts with you, and all your desires begin with a dream. Where will you place your focus tomorrow morning? So there you go. Like I said, with this person doesn't need to give you anything for you to be successful, for you to be happy, for you to do what you want to do. And I feel like if you do nothing but focus on that person and that thing that's missing, you're missing out on this. You know, the caring connections, the victory, the rest and rejuvenation that you might need to reach this transformation. You know, you have people that care about you, that really do support you and want you to be happy and that are happy for you. And if you choose to only focus on, well, why is this person not that way? You're going to make them feel the same way you probably do right now. And they're like, I tried to show this person how I cared or what I'm doing for them, and they just rejected me. They didn't care about it. So don't perpetuate the circle. Like, don't keep it rolling. You know, make peace with it. and what it is, let it go, and move on from this person. However you need to do that. Okay, I'm gonna get you one more oracle card, I think, and then we'll be good here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna recommend this song. It's not like a strong super message for you, Group 1, but it feels a little significant with some of the lines in it. So, it's from the Greatest Showman movie. It's the title song, The Greatest Showman. So, I will link that down there if you feel like listening to that and getting any message from that you wish. Okay, so one more card for Group 1. What do they need to know about this situation? About what they need to let go of. Okay. The card I got for you, your last card, is Wisdom. It says, have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with the challenge. Alright. So yeah, I think that's what the rest and rejuvenation would be for. You know, just if you're having a hard time knowing, you know, how to go about going to and through this transformation, excuse me. Or like the best way to approach this person to try to release, you know, what you need to get past this. You know, use that rest and rejuvenation time to kind of look, you know, inside, you know, and ask for guidance, ask for wisdom, you know, whatever you need to help you move forward in this. Because it doesn't have to be like a direct confrontation with this person. Like, I'm not saying you need to like cut them out of your life, you know, or never speak to them again. Like, it's nothing like that. Because it doesn't even have to be you doing something to get them away. This can be completely just you on the inside. If you make peace with your past, if you let go of the need that you have, I feel, like inside of you, that's seeking this approval so much. Like, if you could just let that go, none of it will matter anymore. It won't be able to bother you. Because you'll be looking at these other people that care about you. You'll be looking at your success that you built, doing this thing that you're doing. And whatever that person has to say about it isn't going to be bothering you anymore when it's not something that you're holding on to. And if anything in the future happens to come out of them that is like support, then great. But if it doesn't, be okay with that never happening. Know that you don't need it. You already have victory and the star in your path. Like I said, I feel like you're doing great. And you don't need this person to tell you anything about it. They don't need to be there to support or to hold you up for you to be successful or to be happy. Because you have that in other people. You just need to be able to recognize it and let go of that need you have inside of you for this other person's approval. Alright, so that is what I've got for you, Group 1. Thank you for watching. As always, in my description, I have a link to my Patreon page if you are so inclined to check that out. You know, I offer exclusive readings over there as well, and if you want to see any more videos from me here in the future, you can subscribe to see that. And thank you again for watching. I hope I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Alright, hello Group 2. You are here if you picked the optical calcite, or if you picked off the cards that I had sitting out for you. This reading is for you. And this reading is going to be about things that you are holding on to that no longer serve you, that maybe make you feel like it's causing a blockage for you, like it's stopping you from, doing something or moving forward. We're going to be looking at, what it is, and then any messages that come with that about how you can handle that, or what you should do, kind of thing. So Group 2, what are they holding on to that no longer serves them? What are they holding on to no longer serves them? Group 2. Group 2. So for you, Group 2, the first card I got for you is the Star. It says Hope on the bottom. And then we have the Three of Swords, which is Heartache. We have the Eight of Wands, which says Travel. And the Six of Pentacles, which is Generosity. Okay. So we got Hope, Heartache, Travel, and Generosity. Okay, I'm just gonna get your next tarot deck going here. So Group 2, what are they holding on to that no longer serves them? Oh. Alright, so the first card I got for you from this deck is the Magician. And we have the Six of Knives, Queen of Knives, and the Ace of Knives. So, as I was shuffling the second deck here, looking at these cards, what I started hearing was that I think you are a very, very good person. I think you're a little naive. And I think you have a very big heart that you put in front of you always. Like I get kind of like the Fool energy a little bit. It's like you, I think, trust very easily, maybe a little too loosely, to where you are always willing to give people a chance, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. Because I see like you willing to give money, to any person that came by and asked you for it, because saying they needed it for something. Or, letting other people take advantage of your generosity is what I'm seeing. Because I think I just see you as this mermaid in this Star card. Like, you are just looking up, into the sky, just super like hopeful and just never able to just deny, helping someone else. Which again isn't always a bad thing, but it comes to a point where you're no longer just being nice and helpful, and actually helping someone who appreciates it. It becomes, oh, this person knows that you won't say no, so they're going to take advantage of that and of you and of your generosity. And I think that has caused you heartache in the past. I think a lot of people have hurt you because you give them everything they want, just very openly, very honestly, and just pure intentions. And they take advantage of that, and when they're done getting what they needed or wanted from you, or they get bored, they just abandon you, I feel like. And you don't understand why someone would do that to you. Because you're like, you do everything right, you do everything they want. Why would this keep happening? And, it sucks that there are so many people willing to take advantage of the kindness of others. And it's really sad that a lot of people who are genuinely just pure intention, purely good, just want to do everything they can to help everyone and everything around them, just can't freely be that way. Because there's just too many people willing to take advantage and hurt those people. Because they see you as weak or dumb when you're not. You're just very kind, and you're willing to put your heart, on your sleeve for everyone, and give and give and give, and ask for nothing back. So, what I'm seeing with this tarot deck is where I think the block is happening for you. Like, obviously, like, this is causing you a lot of pain and heartache, and maybe you're starting to get really kind of jaded on the human race, as happens, with a lot of people. You're probably very empathic, because that's generally the kind of people that can do this kind of thing. What I'm seeing from this deck here, with all these knives, which are like swords, I think to help yourself get out of this block of maybe feeling like you're getting really disheartened from helping others, but it's something you want to do so much that, you're like, well, how do I stop? But like, maybe you've had a lot of things taken from you because you were just too willing to give. And like, you didn't always see people deceiving you. You didn't see these like magicians and illusionists that were making you feel like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do better now because you're offering me, like your home, or like your love, or your money to help get me on my feet. That's, I appreciate that so much. I'll always be here to help you. But then as soon as they get what they need to be able to take off, they do, and leave you with nothing. With these knives I've got down here, especially with this queen, I think it's really asking you and telling you that if you want to stop this cycle of heartache and disappointment with people, you need to start learning to be more discerning. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to help people and helping people when they need it. But it is also okay to say no once in a while. It's okay to, draw a line. You're like, I'll help you with this, but, I can't give any more than that. Because, you end up giving out everything you have, and then you're left with nothing because nobody's giving any back to you. If that makes sense. And the Six of Knives, is asking for you to, get more clarity in your mind and your thoughts and just your vision of the world. And that's where I think it's just asking you to, it's just wanting you to balance a little more. Find a happy medium. There's still a lot of good that can be done without you giving away your entire life, or all your money that you have, or all the emotional capacity that you have to everyone else. It's easy to do, especially for an empath, but you are allowed to stop. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to draw lines, because there are other people that can also help. It doesn't have to all rely on you. So, you're probably very tired, I imagine. And you're getting sad and getting a darker view of the world, I think, because you just keep getting hurt. You keep getting exhausted. You feel like nobody is helping you when you feel like you would do anything for anyone else. So, just let yourself relax and learn how to see, people for what they really are. Not for what you want them to be, not for what you believe they can be. See them more for what they are. And, mediate what you're going to give. You'll be like, I can help you, but only this much. The rest they have to do themselves. If they really want to change or they want to get better, and you offer them a little bit of help, just enough to get them going. If they're really serious about help, getting help or changing or, doing whatever they need to do, they will take off with that and be so grateful to you that you won't feel the heartache. You'll feel a sense of happiness because you did something then. It's people that want to take advantage of you that will never say it's enough. They'll be like, yeah, but what about this or this or this? I want this, though. I really need this if I'm going to do anything. You said you would help me. It reaches a point where you have to say no, and it's okay to say no. And that's when you have to recognize that they're probably not just wanting your help. They're wanting to take everything they can from you. Because some people are just like that. And the kind of help they need is not something you can give them. Alright, so I'm going to start getting some oracle cards for you. So we can get some more messages for you, guidance, whatever is needing to be said for you in this situation. Group 2, what can you say to them? What do they need to know? Helpful advice or anything. Okay. I saw this card and then I put it right back and then tried it again and it came up, so I got 2 cards from this deck. I got this card of Divination, Prophecy, Fate, Destiny, and Future Fortune. And then we have the Crane Bag. The Sacred Ocean Medicine, Clutter, Declutter, and Choice. Alright, so the divination card is just telling you that soon you will see like signs, either like through your dreams or through, just your life, or maybe, what brought you to this reading, to see, what kind of path you need to be heading down next. Like signs and just pointers about where to be going and what you should be doing. Like I said, prophecy and fate, just telling you that you have an ability to recognize those signs if you see them, and that they will be coming soon for you as guidance. So with this card, it's asking you to, declutter your life, basically. And that can mean literally with, like, your possessions that you have, maybe like as a cleansing kind of activity to just go through, clothing or just stuff that you own, maybe you haven't looked at in a while. Just go through it, get rid of whatever you don't need anymore, and just kind of clear all that out. But also it can mean like energetically as well. Like I was saying up here, like you probably feel so tired and so sad, I think, as somebody who sees the world and people in it as just good. When you see all the potential and the hope for these people that you want to help, and when they prove you wrong, that can be very sad for people like that. And when they hurt you, you can't understand, because you're like, I did everything I should have done, I did the right thing, why is this happening to me? So that can obviously over time really tear you down energetically and like just internally. So it's asking you to kind of do a self-check on like your energy and what you're putting your time and thought into, and try to just cleanse yourself and let all the bad stuff, go out and be gone from you, so that you can then take in the good stuff and, feel better and be able to move forward in a much better place. I got another Oracle deck. I'm going to shuffle for you. Group 2, what have you got for them? So the next card I've got for you is Tiger Angel. Let's see what that one's got to say for you. Oh, camera stopped. So I'll say again just in case, for a Tiger Angel, what the book says is the universe needs you. It needs your strength, your guiding hand, your devotion, your goodness, and your protection. There are people, projects, ideas, and hopes that need your encouragement, your optimism, your nurturing. You have helpful healing power in you. Be confident enough to be gentle, and your inner power shall uplift and protect many in this world, keeping them safe and inspiring them to trust in love. So yes, that feels very much like you, Group 2. So its card also says, when the desire to create a positive contribution to the world exists in your heart, you must remember that such desire was placed there on purpose, for your life purpose. The universe knows what you're capable of and believes in you. Even though you don't always realize it, you have the light of an angel and the fierceness of a tiger within you. You are capable of so much more than you realize. One of your spiritual gifts is the art of invisible influence. This empowers you to guide others without breaking the spirit of those you lead. You don't need to tell others what to do or how to be. You can simply hold a vision of them in your heart, a vision that sees them being and becoming all they can be. Your influence becomes powerful in the lives of others based on how you choose to live. Even if you don't say a word, your presence assists. Maybe your invisible influence extends to your family, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, or your clients. It might even be the world at large you are helping, simply through how you choose to think and be in your life. There is a truth in your heart, the truth that knows every being is loved and deserves to feel safe and live their life in freedom and truth. Your adherence to this truth can tame even the most fearful and resistant thoughts within you and the people around you. Remembering the ability you have to calm the heart and empower the soul creates a feeling of security within you. Your invisible influence also helps all beings to remember that there is no need for fear, and that together we can create a world where all creatures are happy and free. So yeah, that is definitely the kind of energy I was picking up for you with this hope card. So I was saying, I saw you as that mermaid in that picture of just like the Fool type of energy of just blind trust and faith and hope and just loving people in this world, because you always see the potential and the good and what they can be. And like I said, unfortunately, some people like to hurt and take advantage of people like that, because they know you won't refuse to help them because you are made to help people. But what this is telling me too is that you don't have to give everything of yourself to other people to help them. You know, it's saying you have an influence that's just purely from inside you, that you can extend out to help others, where you don't have to, give of anything physical from yourself to do the help, And I think that is a good way to try to help you get your strength back and to know your purpose. Like maybe you have, a future in healing in, not a non-traditional kind of way. Like maybe you also use, oh god, hold on 1 second. Maybe you also use like divination tools to help get readings on yourself or other people. Sometimes that can be healing and helpful for others. Or maybe you have a future in, some kind of psychic healing, or, just some sort of non-traditional type of healing future where, it's more of a regulated process where it's like, you're not allowed to have people take advantage of you or take, everything from you to get the help that, that they might need. And you're still able to help and improve people without losing yourself as well. So just remember that you are the tiger too, and it's okay to say no, it's okay to draw boundaries, it's healthy and extremely acceptable to do so. Okay, so let me give me some more cards for you here. For group 2, what can you tell group 2 about this situation? Okay, so the card I got for you here is the Garden and the Gate. Garden and the Gate. So, before I read what the book says about this card, because I think I know what it kind of generally means in the book, but what I saw and got from this is that I think it's kind of asking you, like I keep saying, like, you know, drawing boundary lines, saying no, you know, being able to kind of stand up to it, to other people a little bit, would be a good thing. And with this gate here, it's like, you have this garden, I think, you know, you have all these good, beautiful things that you want to give to anyone, you know, who might need it. But if your gate, and it's probably going to be the opposite of what this card usually says, but this is what I'm hearing. If your gate is always closed, or if your gate is always open, and you allow anyone and everyone to come on in and take whatever they want to take from it, they're going to uproot everything. They're going to take everything eventually from your garden, and you're going to be left with nothing. So I think, you know, you having that gate there with the key around your neck, you can determine who you let in and when they need to leave, and you can lock the door behind them, is what I'm getting from this card. And it does say abundant prosperity and staying safe, so that is also a big part of it. Yeah, because this card is in the book, you know, saying like, don't let yourself stay locked in your garden amongst all your abundance of, you know, wealth and whatever you have, and ignore the world outside of it, which is also true. Like, don't take this as like going a complete opposite of what you've been doing, where you just never try to interact with other people again. But like, staying safe is the message I get for sure. It's like, be discerning about who you let in through the gate, and tell them when they need to leave and lock it behind them. You know, don't let people come in and just rip out all the flowers you have and just take everything they want and trample around on all your, you know, beautiful things you have, because you won't close the gate or tell anyone to leave. You know, let them take one thing out of there and look around, and then when they need to leave, they need to leave. I know that can be a hard thing to do, but it is definitely necessary if you don't want people to keep putting that heartache on you. Okay, I'm just going to get you one or two more cards here, and then we'll wrap this up. One more card. Group 2. Alright, so the last two cards I got for you, I've got take action. So yes, definitely take action, you know, to set these boundaries, to help try to adapt to that mindset of, you know, seeing through the magicians and the illusions. You know, take action to clear your energy and just let yourself start at a better point. And also ask for help from others, because you give everything you have, I think, to anyone who looks like they could need it, because that's just how you are. And you always expect nothing back. You ask for nothing, I feel like, from anyone. And it's okay to do so. You can ask for help. You can ask for people to be there for you, or to help you put in this gate, to help you clear out your energy or your closet, you know, whatever you want to do. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get help. It's okay to also receive things from people and not just give and give and give. Because eventually you'll run out of things to give, and then where will you be? You know? So, that is what I've got for you, Group 2. Thank you for watching, and you can subscribe if you want to see any more videos from me in the future. And if you want to check out my Patreon, I have it linked in the description. I do exclusive readings over there as well. But thank you for being here, and hope I will see you in the next reading. Bye-bye. Okay, hello Group 3. You are here if you picked, it's a tiny piece, I've got a lot of tiny pieces of it, but this one in particular stood out to me today, so if you picked a little Lemurian seed quartz, or if you picked from the cards I had for you, whichever way, this reading is for you, Group 3. So, this reading is about something that you are holding on to that no longer serves you. Something that I feel like is going to be causing you some sort of blockage right now, making you feel like you're stuck where you are and you can't go forward. We're going to look at, what that blockage is, and then what can be done to try to heal from it or move past it, and whatever kind of messages come out for that. So Group 3. What blockages do they have they need to let go? What's they holding on to that's no longer serving them? Like 3 more. Whoa. This is the first time I'm using this tarot deck, so I'm very excited. Okay. The first card I got here is the 4 of Pentacles. And then we have Judgment. And we have the High Priestess. And the 4 of Wands. Alright, I'm getting your next deck shuffled up as I'm letting that one kind of sink into me here. 3. Wow, okay. So, first card from this deck, got the 9 of Wands. We've got the Judgment card again, right under the other Judgment. Got the 10 of Cups. And the 4 of Wands, once again. So, Judgment and the 4 of Wands are obviously very significant in this. What I'm getting here is that a lot of this is, I think, about like what you're going to be getting once you can move past this blockage that you're feeling. Because with the 4 of Wands, just kind of like this picture would indicate, it's a very celebratory card. It's a very usually like happy card. So this one says the beauty of the harvest, home, perfected work, prosperity, peace, celebration after labor, and happy holidays to come. And then we got the 10 of Cups, which is usually like, emotional fulfillment and just being as content as you can be emotionally. So that feels like what you're going to be getting once you are able to get past whatever it is that's blocking you. And with this 9 of Wands here, I'm seeing that you definitely have the courage and the strength to push through whatever these issues are that are, stopping you. Or with this Judgment card being here twice, I feel like there's going to be some kind of decision that you have to make, or like something that you need to maybe take initiative on, or like wait to be resolved before you can move forward. And with the Four of Pentacles here, it says love of power or money, a lack of give and take, miserly or ungenerous nature. So it could be that maybe you're currently feeling like you're in a place where you are having to fight for something, for money or power. Like maybe you're being kept in a state where you don't feel this Nine of Wands, where like you don't feel strong, or like you're even given a fighting chance to succeed. And you have to find a way to try to get yourself through or out of that situation. Because I know with the Nine of Wands, it's generally like the really strong fighting card, where like you've already been through a lot of stuff and you feel like you've been beaten down or beaten on, and like I just picture like someone, I mean like in this picture, they're like injured in the middle of battle. They're not done yet, they're still going. I just imagine somebody like getting back up again after being like knocked to the ground for who knows how many times, just like bloodied from battle, standing up and saying, I'm not finished yet, what else you got, kind of thing from that card. So it could be, and this is just maybe some of you, like maybe you feel like you're trapped in some sort of dangerous situation, whether it be like abusive or just like maybe you don't feel like you have power or the ability to get yourself safe right now. It could be where you're kind of stuck at the moment. And then with this Judgment card twice, it says, and on this one too, it says atonement, judgment, the need to forgive, rejuvenation, rebirth, improvement, development, promotion, and efforts are rewarded. So I think, whatever you feel like you don't have over here, and what you're fighting so hard for, is going to come to you. There's going to be a judgment that's coming. There's going to be something that's going to finally reward you with what you deserve, and let you finally have happiness and all this good stuff that you want so much and you deserve. Let's see if I can get some more information on that, because I'm still not seeing a lot of what it actually is. And maybe that's not important in this message, because there does seem to be such a strong focus on what you will be getting after. Maybe just to reassure you that there is happiness to be had, there is victory, there is celebration, and good things that will come of this. And I almost just said it like I was hearing it. It was just a message that, like, the universe wants you to know that they know what you've gone through. They understand, where you are and what you've done, and they see you, and they know, and they want you to know that you will be rewarded with all the happiness you deserve, and you will get out of this. And I don't know, maybe that is the important part of this more than what the blockage is, because I feel like obviously you would know. Maybe it's just not important for me to see it, but the universe wants you to know what's on the other side, because I think maybe that's something that you need and that you need to hear to keep yourself going. Just know how close you are to being done with all the fight, the fighting and the struggling, because people can only do that for so long, and they want you to know what's waiting over here for you, and it's all good stuff. The card I got from this next deck here, number 23, and I hope I say this right, I'm assuming it's Panacea, is there's a solution for every problem. So for this card, it says, when a situation, person, or thing appears to tie you down and hold you back, at the same time there is the blessing of an opportunity for a solution and rebirth of the situation. The maiden on the cards float along. The card floats along, her feet not even touching the ground. This image conveys that day-to-day events in the grand scheme of her life are not holding her down or back. The rope and the rock on one foot might slow her, but the snake, an ancient symbol of the goddess, on the other is simultaneously rebirthing her. When Panacea appears, allow a situation to transform and rebirth. In fact, expect it to. Why don't you just reach down and untie the knot yourself? Is it loose? Why are you slow to relinquish the sense of being weighed down? Why are you holding back your own magnificence? When we feel circumstances are limiting us, we should consider that maybe we are fearful of change, or being all that we could be. This card also represents the proven limitations of the patriarchal system and mindset, and how the goddess is surely rising as the snake-clad foot floats higher. Rise above petty squabbles and situations that would see the divine feminine suppressed. Honor the divine feminine in your life. So, that card is another message of hope that whatever you are in right now, whatever you've been fighting through, it's not going to stop you. It's not going to hold you back. This isn't the end of your story. And it has messages of rebirth and moving forward, which is what the Judgment card is all about too. So I think maybe this is also something that's going to be happening sooner for you than maybe you expected. And maybe that's also with a big message here for you, is to hold on. Hold on and hope and trust, knowing that you will get through it. You will move forward. You aren't done yet. This isn't the end. So group 3. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm going to take this one because it was the one that flipped over when that came down the pile. So the next card I got for you is Skull of Stars. Infinite possibilities. Why think so small when galaxies spin within? Realize that you are made of the stuff of stars, and infinite possibilities begin. So this card indicates that you need to think bigger and more broadly about your future and what you would like to achieve. Perhaps there are false beliefs, often old, that no longer serve you as you grow and change. Sometimes these beliefs may not even be yours. They may have been imparted to you by your parents or the wider community, yet feel rather incongruent to you. You need to endeavor with all your heart and soul to live the life you want and honor your own wishes and truth. So yeah, I think this reading for you, Group 3, is not focused as much on what this blockage is exactly, what you've been fighting, because you would obviously know that coming here. I think what you were looking for was hope and the knowing that this isn't all there is for you, knowing that there was a way through this block, there is a way forward, that there is something else that will be coming. And I can tell you that there is. And also to not let yourself keep the restraint on you any longer than it needs to be. If you're able to get it off you and get out, do it, Start the rebirth now. Take your future in your own hands, if possible, and move forward. You've got infinite possibilities on the other side of that. Okay, let me start getting your next oracle card here, see what else we can get for you. Group 3. So the card I got for you from this deck is Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. Okay, so with the Ascension Rainbow Bridge card, it says you have been growing spiritually and your consciousness is expanding. It is transforming your experience of the material world from something you must control or conquer into a living expression of the radiant divine. As your appreciation and love for the material world becomes more unconditional, so too does the light that can flow into your aura, chakras, and physical body. As you physically expand, you may need more rest, healing, and meditation than usual. You need more rest, healing, and meditation than usual to integrate this increasing degree of light and the consciousness it awakens within you. So this card is just telling you, like with an ascension, it's like, with this card, with the feet floating and going up, like, you will soon be, lining up perfectly with yourself and with, the universe to ascend up to another, way of living. It's you're gonna rise out of what you've been stuck in and finally be able to get into all of the good stuff coming for you, the happiness and the celebration, the contentment, all of that. It says the past is not an indicator. Anything is possible. The future is not set. This is a moment to cultivate your deepest feelings of spiritual love and peace. Simply allow the genius of life to flow through you in whatever way it chooses. During an ascension, your life can change quite dramatically. Even if your outer world doesn't change radically, internally you will feel as though you are living a different life. Eventually, the physical world changes will follow. Enjoy crossing the rainbow bridge into new consciousness. You have everything you need. You are ready for this, and it is meant to be. So you have all these infinite possibilities, with the Skull of Stars. there's judgment coming very soon, I feel like, for you, where I feel like you are going to start something new very soon that's going to just completely change your life. And it's going to bring all the happiness and all the rewards that you deserve. You know, all the fighting you've had to do, all the pain you've been through will be done finally. And you will be able to relax and be happy. Just getting one last card for you. Group 3. Read. Oh my god, okay. Okay. So the last card I got for you is Inspiration. Be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the Fairy of Inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. And there was another card that popped out that I didn't take because it came out in the last one and I didn't want it to just be that I didn't shuffle. But it was about natures and signs in nature. So that could be an indicator of, you know, this ascension or judgment starting or happening soon. So keep an eye out for that as well. But yeah, I think with the inspiration fairies, her wings look like rainbow as well, and just rainbow, rainbow. I think you are definitely going to be experiencing some major shift, and it'll probably start internally for you, where you're going to feel things start to change. You may not be able to know why it happened or what's exactly happening, but it's going to be something that is going to cause everything to shift for you, first inside, and then that will lead to a change in your physical external world that will lead you down the path you need to go for the rewards that you are fighting so hard for right now. Whatever situation you're in, it's not the end of it for you. And it's not something that you should have had to go through. It's not something that, you know, you deserve to happen to you. But the universe wants you to know that it's going to change. And you're going to be rewarded with everything you deserve to have. And your time of fighting and struggling is coming to an end very soon. So be ready for that. And keep an eye out for any signs in nature that maybe will be indicating it coming. And just be ready for a big change. And know that all the good stuff coming your way is well deserved. And that I see just so much happiness on the other side of this. You just gotta hold on and know there's a solution for everything. And that it's coming for you. There are infinite possibilities for you. Okay, so that is all I've got for you, Group 3. I don't feel like it might have been a little shorter than the other ones, but it was just this message of hope and your future that felt like it wanted to come out for you. So that is what I've got. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe if you want to see any more videos or readings from me in the future. I also have a link to my Patreon in my description. If you feel inclined to check that out, I do exclusive readings there as well. So, Thank you again, and I hope I will see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.